How do scientists know that 1 billion crab went missing? If they are tracking them that accurately, it seems like fishing then would be pretty easy. If they're trying to trap them and just not finding any, it could just be bad luck. Canceling the crab season is a big deal, so they must know this with some certainty. What methods do they use to get this information? There are a lot of ways you can estimate the population of a species. In fisheries, we usually do surveys exactly the same way every year to get a general idea of the population size and trends, and mark recapture studies. If you tag 100 cod and then next year you catch 100 cod and 3 are tagged, that would suggest that you tagged about 3% of the population. Actually, it's a lot more complicated because you have to correct for things like the tag causing mortality, but that's the gist. The big one though is catch per unit effort. You track the number of boats fishing in a certain way, how many hours they spend fishing, and how much they catch. If it takes 3 days at sea for a guy with a fishing rod to catch a cod 1 year, and the next year it takes 6, the population was probably cut in half. Obviously 100 fish or one guy with a rod is a tiny number compared to the amount of data that actually gets collected. It's usually tens of thousands of tags or data from every fishing boat in a fishery. Even that ends up being a tiny sample of a commercially harvested species numbers though, so often fisheries management ends up depending on fairly imprecise estimates of population sizes. It's far better than managing with no data at all though, and a drop of 90% is large enough that they're almost certainly right that the fishery is imploding. I'm a science teacher in Norway, and my school had a project where we helped marine biologists counting crabs. We caught approximately 100 crabs in an area, marked them with a small mark of pink nail polish, and released them. Then some weeks later we caught another 100 crabs, and counted how many was marked. If 10 100ths was marked, there would be about 1,000 crabs in the area. If 1 100th is marked, there would be about 10,000 crabs, etc. This was mainly to teach the kids fieldwork and science, but we did report the numbers to the marine biologists.